Hello friends, it is Mrs. P. Happy Tuesday, although I'm filming this on Monday. But, oh, and look what I just did. I went by and washed my car and I chipped I knew it was going to happen because, remember I said I got a manicure that was not the best I've had and it's really thin, and I just knew, this one already broke, so it is what it is. So anyway, I've got a messed up nail just a few days into my manicure. But anyway, we are going to do my monthly budget. So this is what I do at the beginning of every month, just kind of looking at the numbers. Although things don't change a whole lot, they do change some. So I do tweak things here and there depending on, our needs for the family, things that are going on, all that. So anyway, we are going to go ahead and start with my calendar. This is always where I start first. I am doing it like the budget mom with the highlighter method, and I just highlight the pay weeks. I get paid once a month, and my check comes in the last day of the month. So April 30th check will go to cover May. And then my husband gets paid weekly. And so we budget weekly and roll over any remaining money, because some weeks we have more bills than others. And that just sets us up to be able to pay all the bills when they're due. I guess once we ever got like a month ahead, I think that we could, we wouldn't have to roll over the money. We could just pay everything when it's due. But we're not there yet. All right, so we have 4 weeks in May. And it works out pretty good. The last few days of May will be on June's pay budget, whatever that means. But there's no bills that come out that are for May on these last 3 days. So that's how that works out. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. What I do is I just fill in the dates that the bills are due. And I've noticed that some of mine come out different days sometimes. And like iRobot last month came out a few days early. And I don't know. So it just, I kind of have to keep track of it. Not that it is that big of a deal, but I'm kind of funny about like things. If I've got it budgeted for this week, I want it to come out of my bank account that week. And so it just kind of messes me up a little bit. Mortgage comes out the first. My husband's truck payment. Wells Fargo, which is our current Snowball card, and Microsoft. So I will have 2 more checks, the one for April and the one that I'll get at the end of May, which will cover June. So it's July and August that I have to make sure I have enough money saved to cover all of our expenses those months. And we do like cut down on what we put towards debt and like savings and things, because, we need to be a little bit more frugal. I do have some ideas on how to make some extra money, like some side hustles this summer, but nothing is set in stone. I'm just filling these out. We've got Car Wash, Life 360, Mr. P Hobby, iRobot, nothing the rest of this week, Netflix here, Power, Spotify, Hulu, and Verizon. And then we go down to the last week. We've got Apple storage. The only thing that really came off of our bills this month is my husband. He stopped the subscription for Tidal, which was a thing that he was doing. My handwriting is terrible today. For his DJ stuff. And he found another way he can, it's like how they request songs, like an app that they're able to like send it to him for a request. It just makes things a lot easier. And they have like a huge, he uses it to play the music also, EAU, Farm Bureau. That's our car insurance. Okay, so that is all of our bills. Hopefully I didn't forget anything. Sometimes that happens too. But those are our bills. I always put it like this. And then this helps me when I'm sitting down with my weekly budget. I can just look at this week and say, okay, we've got these things that we have to cover out of our paycheck. And then once I see how much is left over, that's when I decide what's going for sinking funds, what's going for savings, and what's going for debt. All right, so there's my monthly overview, just in a calendar method. And then here is where I get a little bit more detailed. And you can get these are templates that I made and created, and you can get these, well, not the calendar. The calendar is just off of the internet, but the budget sheets I have in my Ko-fi, and you can't edit them there, but hopefully it will work for your needs. If not, it can give you an idea of like how to set yours up. I have played with it and changed it multiple times because, you know, I feel like a budget is always changing and your needs are changing. So, you know, one size doesn't always fit all the time. All right, so this is going to be, let me zoom in. This is going to be for the month of May. I just watched earlier, or I was listening to it, Steph over at Steph's on a Budget, her Mini Monday, and it's gonna be May. You know how Justin Timberlake, I've got that stuck in my head, and every time I say May, I think of it in that way. All right, so let me get my draft ready. Well, I do not have them in the right order. Do I even have what I need? Oh my goodness. I'm like fumbling over here. My hands are dry from washing my car. Okay, I'm ready now. All right, so we've got Mr. P. I am going to go ahead and budget $4,000, which that is $1,000 a week. In the month of April, every week he got paid was over $1,000. So I'm hoping that that will work out this month also. Mrs. P, in the winter, his job kind of cuts down on overtime. So $34.90 for Mrs. P, and then other, we are expecting $270. All right, so our total income is $7,760, and I'll take that total and I put it down here, and this is where I do like a quick little overview of all of the categories. So $7,760 is what we're budgeting for May. All right, then I go and write all of my things that I just wrote on my calendar, except here I'm going to put the actual amount that we will be paying for each bill. So mortgage is $1,140. Somebody was just talking about how their escrow went up. It was Jamie RN Budgets. How much did she say? Like $160 her mortgage went up. I am so nervous because ours went up a little bit, like $50 last year. Microsoft is the Xbox subscription. I was giving my daughter $20 a week for an allowance. I cut it down to $15. That way she is technically paying for her Microsoft. All right, Google. And I'm not even sure that she plays it enough to even be paying for it. I need to talk to her about it. She was playing quite a bit, but with sports, she hasn't had time. Car wash, because if she doesn't have homework, she is exhausted and goes to sleep super early. Car wash, I just got my car wash today, which hence the broken nail. Life 360. There is a free version of Life 360. I pay for the, I guess it's upgraded membership. I'm not even sure what perks you get with that, but at the time I felt it was worth it, so $9 for that. Mr. P Hobby, $61. iRobot, $32. Netflix, which went up. Not much, but, you know. It's aggravating when things go up. Power, I have looked the last few days and my power bill has not been released for the month of May. So I'm just going to budget high at $400. Last month it came in around $318, and I'd imagine it might be a little bit higher, but not too much. Spotify, and the power bill, that also includes our internet and some outdoor lights that we have. Spotify is $13. Hulu is $22. Verizon, I still haven't called Verizon, and I need to, and I will do that probably Wednesday, because we have 7 lines, 2 watches, so we need to get this down if we can. Apple storage, and everybody pays their portion except for my daughter. Apple storage is 10. YouTube, 25. Farm Bureau is $169, and last, Mr. P Hobby. He pays for extra things during the month for his hobbies, and so I just give myself more blow money to kind of make it fair. All right, so our bills and expenses is $2,468. And then I'll go over here and put that over here, $2,468. I have already figured up how much we're going to put towards sinking funds. So for sinking funds this month, which is always about the same, $845. I did increase our car maintenance, and I increased how much we are putting toward home maintenance and then vet, I think. And then we've got our savings, which is for summer, emergency fund, because we've got to build that back up, wedding, all the things. So that's going to be $1,494. And this section is $2,339. So I'm going to move that over here, $2,339. And then I move up to my variable expenses. And this, I am going groceries. I'm going to go back up to $150. We did fine with going less, but we are almost completely out of all meat. So I really need to go. Oh, that's not $150. That's $150 per week, but it's $600 for the month. Go to Sam's. We have still not gone and stocked up on our meat. All right, pets. I'm going to do 80. That's 20 per week. Household, we did fine with the 15 a week, so I'm going to stick with that, and that's going to be 60 for the month. Mr. P, 120. Mrs. P is 230. Oh, guys, we've got a little visitor. Hold on. She's never done this before. This is our cat. Hey, Kiki. We call her Kiki. She's never jumped up here, but she loves to lay on this book, my budget book. Oh, she's going to get nice and cozy. She misses me. So it's Monday, and, you know, when we've been home all weekend, she loves, to cuddle, and I haven't cuddled with her yet. I just came home. I'm making dog food, making our dinner, and doing my budget video. And so she's like, come on, give me some love here. All right, Keaton. I love you, but you're going to have to get down for just a minute. Let me finish this video. All right. That's the first time we've gotten to meet our Kiki. When my daughter got her first, my daughter was like 3 or 4 years old, and she named her Angel, but we've never called her Angel. We've always called her Kiki. All right, so we got there. Miss P is going to get 60. Eating out. We do have Mother's Day, and even though I've got some challenges saving for holidays, I'm going to go ahead. That's going to cover the gifts that I get from my mom, but I'm going to go ahead and budget $100 for eating out for Mother's Day. Gas, I am going down a little bit, $260, because soccer is winding down. So I think we're going to be okay going down on gas. And then unbudgeted is nothing. All right, so our variable expenses is $15.10. And I'm going to go write that down here in this category, $15.10. Then our debts, we technically have 4 debts. We have my car, the truck, my student loan, and Wells Fargo. But my car, you'll see it in this section in July and August because I have to pay it manually then. But other than that, it comes out of my paycheck. So my paycheck would be $500 more if I didn't have my car coming out. And I've also got like health insurance that comes out, retirement, life insurance. I'm trying to think of all the things. I've got a cancer, like a policy, like a supplemental insurance, and I've got Teladoc. So all of those things come out of my paycheck. My husband pays for my daughter's insurance because he's got one better insurance and it's cheaper. So he covers himself and my daughter. And my son also is on that policy till he turns 26, which that's this summer. Okay, so truck and Buddy, the second they turn 26, they're dropped. They have no insurance. We learned that with my oldest son. Okay, so then Wells Fargo, we just go ahead and make the regular payment, which the minimum payment has come down quite a bit. I think it's around $50. But I have set up when we first had this account, the minimum payment was $75, and I've just kept that auto pay, so it always pays it. And then student loan, the yucky old student loan is $498, and that is $1,043. And I'm going to move that down here, $1,043. And then we go to our debt. So I'm just going to write Snowball. That's our Wells Fargo card, and I'm going to budget $400 to go toward it this month. And hopefully, well, I already know we've got an extra like $40 to go towards debt because I finished a mini challenge on, today, the video I did today. And so I already know an extra $40 is going to go toward that. So $400 here. And if you add this section up, it is $7,760. And that leaves us with that zero-based budget. And that is our monthly plan for the budget. And then what I usually do after that is I account for where all of our savings and sinking funds, how much is going to each category. I am not going to fill out this section because I just did that in my budget. I'll do this off camera, but I'm going to let you go ahead and watch me fill out each category for our sinking funds. So beauty is going to get, let me get my draft. Beauty is going to get $80, that's $20 a week. Medical is also going to get $20 a week. Sports, I'm going to budget $120. Even though soccer is winding down, I need to save up for our annual passes, our sports passes. They get us into all of the varsity and junior varsity games that are home. And that saves, I think, like in football, I think it's around $6 or $7 per person to get in. And basketball is probably around the same. Soccer's $5. So it adds up. It's like $60 for an adult annual pass. And then my daughter's student pass is $10. So we definitely save money by buying those passes. So I think it's $170 unless they go up. So I need to save for that. They start selling those in August. All right, pool supplies, $40. And our garbage, which is a quarterly garbage bill, is $45 every quarter. So we save $15 a month. And so that is that section. I do not have the total, and that's okay. Actually, I do have the total on another sheet. So that's $335. And then we go up to more long-term savings. So subscriptions, I am going to put another $10 towards subscriptions, and I'm going to call that fully funded until probably the fall, because the only annual subscriptions we pay for is photo storage from Amazon, which is $20 a year, Walmart Plus, and Sam's. We dropped Amazon Prime. Do not miss it. Have not missed it at all. So I just don't think we need it. And so propane, I'm going to do 20. School supplies, I did go up to $40. I'm kind of putting the extra subscription money towards school supplies. Vet is going to get 80 because I have used some of that money for medicine for the dog, so I need to beef that back up. Car tags, 40. Car maintenance is going to get 160, and home maintenance 160. We had another 510 is that total. We had another home maintenance repair. Our dishwasher pump went out. We had to purchase a new pump. I originally thought that it was $100. It was actually $195 for that pump. Thank goodness we didn't have to pay for the repair because my husband could fix it. All right, so then we've got our savings. We've got $400 going towards debt, $160 going towards the randomizer, $40 for senior year, $204 for vacation. Yes, that's an odd random amount, but that's just how I got it to get to a zero-based budget. So I stuck $4 extra there. Health savings is $130. Summer savings is $300. Christmas, $160. Wedding, I did go up to $100. I'm gonna really have to start piling money away in the fall for that. Emergency fund, $200. Mini Monday, $120, and YouTube Hop, which is actually called the Village Hop now. And I don't have the total for this, but that's okay. I don't need it. And that is my sinking fund plan. And I think I've got maybe a blank copy of this. If not, I could add one into the Ko-fi. I can't remember if I have that. But anyway, guys, that is all I have for this budget. I will be back tomorrow with my check-in for the month of April and my budget with me for the first week of May. So I will do, it'll be the one that I do on here. So anyway, and then Thursday I'll be back with my cash stuffing. So I hope you guys have a wonderful week, and I hope everything works out and is just as peaceful and fun and exciting as you want it to be. And I will see you in my next video. Bye, friends.